Hey, gals and guys, it's Christopher Mosier from MyMediaHelper.com, and what I'm doing is an upgrade to a tutorial that I've done a couple years ago for SharePoint. So this is SharePoint Basic Tutorial 2025, just because there's so many updates that SharePoint's done, and I'm going to do something different as far as creating a site. So what I have here is my YouTube channel. So this is what is today. So we're going to put some videos on the site. What I have here is a bunch of pictures. So we're going to do a picture gallery for the SharePoint site. And basically, I'm going to make it up like this site right here. So this is what is today. So this is basically all my videos that I put. This is a WordPress site. So this is all the videos that I put on here based on this channel. So I'm basically going to do that for SharePoint. We'll create a brand new SharePoint site for all that stuff and start from scratch because there are some changes that SharePoint has made, subtle changes maybe, or extreme, I guess. If it depends on how you look at it, I suppose. So bring up your Office 365. We're going to start right from the get-go, right from scratch, right from the beginning. What am I trying to say? Anyways, bring up your Office 365, and then we're going to go to SharePoint. And actually what I want to do is I want to go to admin. So let's go to admin. And once you get to your admin down here, it should show up, and I want show all. So I want my SharePoint admin because that's where we're going to create our new site. And it's going to be a communication site. So let's see here. Let's see, active sites, and we're going to create a site, and it's going to be a communication site. And I don't know, it doesn't much matter as far as the formatting is concerned. What do you think? Let's do, I don't know, let's do the old standard. We'll use this template. Okay, the name of the site is, for me, is What Is Today. And I'll put with a question mark, site description. So I'm just going to put holidays, observances, and celebrations. And I want this lowercase. And site owner is going to be me. So if you have a group of people, I only have me in this SharePoint tool, in this Microsoft tool. So you might have a bunch of people. But it's just a little old me. Just a little old me. All right, so once you fill that out, we'll hit next. English, my time zone is Eastern, so I'm going to create this site. And it's doing its thing. It's twirling. I'm getting a headache. All right, there we go. All right, so if you do go to your SharePoint, you should be able to refresh. Should be here someplace. Make a liar out of me. Let's refresh again. I don't see it. I go back here. There it is right there. Let's view site. There it is. Fresh new What Is Today site. So what I'm going to do is hit edit here. And it used to be everything was over here on the side. Now everything's over here. So I'm just going to get rid of all this stuff. You can keep it if you want for your own guides, but I'm going to get rid of it. Comments are off. I always keep comments off. I mean, it's just my site. There's no one on there. But if you have a lot of people on there, I mean, that's your preference, obviously, if you want people commenting or not. I usually just keep them off. Even on my live sites where there's a lot of people that go on there, I just keep them off. I don't want to deal with that. All right, I'm going to republish. And you can schedule a launch. It doesn't matter in my case. I'm just going to do it to it. All right, I'm going to go right in and make a news page. So you just come over here, simply hit new, and we want to do a news post. And then I just want to do blank. I don't need anything fancy. Well, actually, you know what? Because this is kind of different. I'm going to do newsletter. Let's change it up a little bit. I am going to have headers for this. All right, let's go and see what the last video was. Bootleggers. Actually, this was January 17th. Let me do this. So I want to do all the videos for January 17th. So I'm going to put in January 17th. All right. So here's all the videos through the years I've done, the past 3 years for January 17th. So I'm going to go back here and put January 17th. That will be my news page. And then I'm going to get rid of all this stuff. And again, you can keep all this stuff for a guide, but we're going to start fresh and new. And then I can show you how to delete sections and stuff like that. All right, perfect. Comments are off. I don't need the acolytes. I don't need this. I'm trying to remember the word. I don't need the it'll come to me. Doesn't matter. All right, so we're going to start fresh. Now what I'm going to do is put video on here. So there's a plugin that I haven't used yet. So we're going to try that plugin and see how that works. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to go here. I'm going to right click. I'm going to open contents in a new tab. And then I'm going to go new. I'm going to go app. All right. So if you do a search here and just put in ultimate, there it is right there. That's what I was looking for. I get it kind of weary of third-party apps and apps as a whole, because if I know in WordPress, if WordPress makes an update, sometimes the plugins aren't always compatible. So I don't typically like to use apps or plugins or whatever you want to call them. In this case, it's apps, but let's try it. I haven't used this yet, so we'll see what happens. Only enable this app and add it to all sites. Only enable this app. Select this option makes the app available for site owners to add from my apps page. Yeah, that's fine. So that's adding there. There's no rating, which doesn't fill me with oodles and oodles of confidence. And then you can go to Manage Apps page. Welcome to new apps experience. Manage custom SharePoint Store apps, including apps that can be used across SharePoint, Microsoft Teams, and Viva. Okay, got it. So there's that. So starting April 2nd, 2026, SharePoint add-ins will be retired for SharePoint for Microsoft 365. As users will no longer be able to use SharePoint add-ins. Installing SharePoint add-ins from SharePoint Store will not be possible as of July 1st of 2024. Well, it's past July 1st of 2024. That's what I mean as far as using the apps. So as it says here, starting April 2nd of 2026, SharePoint add-ins will be will be retired from SharePoint in 365. It will no longer be able to use SharePoint add-ins. So that's why I get weary, and I don't think I'm going to use it, but that's a good lesson for this tutorial, is to the fact that that happens. So be weary of third-party apps and things. It's better to go in and customize. We're not going to do that here. That's way advanced, and that's not something I want to get into. But keep that in mind. So I'm gonna forego the app, and then we're just gonna do the pages out of the box SharePoint. But good lesson, I suppose. All right, so we're back to the page, and that's why I like to do these kind of off the cuff and raw, because you don't ever know what you're going to come up against, and I prefer to show you as I come up against things. What we do come up against, because sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. So like the apps that we just did. So we're going to do out of the box SharePoint. We're just kind of piecemeal this page together. And I'm doing the news page first. And then once we do a couple news pages, then we'll go in and customize the front page. So that's usually how I work it. I don't typically do the front page first. So we're going to add a, as soon as it lets me. Oh, okay, right here. So we've got to put the code in right here. So let's do Popeye to start with. So I'm going to right click this. All right, I'm going to go share. I'm going to get my embed code for my Popeye video. Let me copy that. And we'll put that sucker right here. All right, and there we go. Kind of big, kind of huge. We can do something about that, and we'll do it in a minute. Show player controls on privacy enhanced mode. Don't need that. Start time, up to you totally. I'll start from the beginning. And I'm going to close this. All right, so this is the things that SharePoint has changed. You used to come over here on the side and all your tools would be over there, but now they're over here. So what I want to do is not necessarily here. So this is for this part. Yeah, crap. That's not what I want to do. This is for this part. This is for this video part, this YouTube part. These. Now, if you go over here, this is your section. So these are your tools for your section. And they put all these new colors in here. Those weren't there before. I did do another tutorial based on these, but it used to always be just 4 colors. And now they put these obscure colors in there. And you can add a background. So that's totally up to you. If you want to add your own custom colors, and we can do that if you want. Let's do it. Let's upload. Let's go to Google, and let's just do color backgrounds. And you can do red background, blue background. Let's do this. Let's grab this. Let's right click. Let's save. All right, and then we'll go back and we will choose an image. So we'll grab this. We'll add the image. All right, and then you got your custom background. So you can do as many colors as you want. If you want to go in, let's do red. Let's just do, for poops and giggles, let's do a red background. There's lots of nice ones. I'm just going to do a regular color red. So I'm going to save that. Go back. We'll change background. We'll upload. And there we go. There, now we got a red background. So that's pretty cool. That's something different for SharePoint. And then we're just going to get that out of there. And then I'll do a background in just a minute. So I'm going to go here, and I am going to do 2 columns. And then I'm going to do some text. So let's do some text. So this is Popeye Day. Now what I can do, I can go here and make another section and then go here and do this and just put in Popeye Day. Popeye Day is January 17th, if you didn't know. Then we could do this, or we can put in a header section. Yeah, we'll do header too, because there's something else I wanted to show you as far as linkage on a page. So we'll get to that in just a moment too. All right, so we'll do text. So there's this other tool. You might have heard of it. It's called ChatGPT. And I'm going to use ChatGPT, and I'm going to put in Popeye Day. Oops. Of course, I didn't spell it right. Poppy Day. Let's try that again. Popeye Day. Excuse me. Oh, blow me down. So what I typically do, I bring up a notepad. And what I do in all cases on my websites, if need be, is just put stuff in my notepad. That will unformat everything. And then you just grab this, and I'm going to go back and just put this in here. And then I can take this out. So a little blurb about Popeye Day. And then I'm going to post. And then that's our first thing. You can send that out if you want to the team. Every time you post a new page, you can send it out and say, hey, team, here's a new page. And then there we go. Okay, so I've got my first video for my page. And then I'll go back to edit. And so what I'll do often too is, here, I'll put this in. I mean, this is all totally different. I'm just showing you what I would do for my page. I mean, everyone's going to be different, right? So I'm going to put in January 17th history. And just give me a little history of January 17th. And I can grab all this and put it here, do a text. And then you see how it's formatted? So I don't want it formatted. So if you don't want all that stuff, you can undo, and then go back to your notepad, and then just paste it, and then copy it. And then you don't have formatting. And then you can just break it down like this. Now, as the years go by, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. As the years go by, and I'm going to do more. See, every day I do a new video, and I've been doing them for 3 years. So for January 17th, I've been doing it for 3 years. So say 10 years have gone by, and I've done videos. I don't necessarily want you to scroll down. So what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to do a new section. It can be I'll do 2 columns. And then I'm just going to put in this, and I'm just putting in this as a placeholder. I'm putting the 4s as a placeholder. That's nothing. All right, so I'm going to update this news. Now, because I put this in as an H tag, and you only can do this if you put them in as H tags, and I'll show you what I mean by H tags. So you have these header tags. These are H tags. You can't do it with normal. You've got to use an H tag. So this is H tag 2. Update the news. So if you use an H tag, what you can do is you got this little, I don't know, tool here. It's a link tool. So if you hit that, this is where it is on the page. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to edit again. So I'm going to go back to this, and I'm going to put in Popeye Day. And then what I'm going to do is just highlight this. Oops, highlight this with my mouse, Go in here, and I'm going to find hyperlink. I'm going to put this in. I want it on the same page. I don't want to open it in a new link. So I'm going to save. You can bold it if you want. We'll bold it. Then we'll update. So what's going to happen is, and you can't really see it too good here, but see if I hit this link, then it's going to go right to Popeye Day. And as I go down the page, you're going to see how that works out. And I don't necessarily like this here. I'm going to fix this, and I'll be right back. So I didn't like how that was broken up like that. So I had ChatGPT break it down into paragraph form. And then you can go in and edit this. I'm just doing this real quickly. If I do like a script or something, I'll go to ChatGPT, and then I'll go in and edit my script, but just for time's sake. So we can break this up. We can put a divider in here, and then we can make this look a little better and hit this here, and we can do like a subtle color, which looks great. So I'm going to update this, or I can put it down here. I don't necessarily like that. So what I'll do is I'm going to make a new section, and I'm just going to keep it white. I'm going to move that down there. And then that's fine. I like that a little better. So that's our first section for our Popeye. So let's make another section because there's 2 videos. So let's do that right now. Let's go to edit. So I'm going to make a new section, and I think I'm going to do 3 this time. Let's see how that works out, see how that looks, because we can move stuff and manipulate stuff around if we want. So let's go back to my videos. And then there's 2-parter about bootleggers. Bootleggers Day, January 17th. Some whiskey came out that day. That's why it's done that day. All right, so we're going to grab this. And then we will put in our YouTube. All right, that's that one. And then we'll grab our second one, our part 2. Here's the handsome Al Capone. Look at that handsome guy. All right. And then we'll do this. And then we'll put that in there. All right, so we got our 2-parter. And then I can put in Bootleggers Day and ChatGPT. Just to get some copy. Maybe you have your own copy that you wrote. Fantastic if you do. I just need the... I'll grab it all. What the hell? All right, so I'm going to throw that in my notepad because I don't want it. I want it fresh and not formatted. And then I'll put this here. It's a little long. So probably just do something like that. Or what I can do, if it's too long, I can do this. I can go to my section, and then I can put in 2 columns, and then I can put this over here, and then I can put the whole section in if I want. I mean, it's totally your discretion, obviously, and I can put some more copy in there just to make it even out. If I want, I can divide this, put a divider in there, and we'll see how that looks. All right. So we want to break this up here. So let's edit. And then I want a section. And I think I want another section. I think I want one with a divider. And then I want one with text. I'm just going to copy this. Oh, I guess it didn't really matter, did it? And I'm just going to put Bootleggers Day. And then I will put my H tag in here. H2. I'm going to come up here and go Bootleggers Day. All right, and then I'm going to update. So I'm going to grab this right here. So that's the URL for going to that section of the page. I'm going to go edit again. All right, I'm going to highlight Bootleggers. I'm going to find my hyperlinks. I'm going to put it in there. We want same page. We do not want to open it. I mean, you can open it in a new tab if you want, but it's kind of silly. Kind of defeats the purpose. But who knows? All right, so there's that. I'm going to update the news. All right, so at my top of my page, I want to go see Bootleggers Day. There's Bootleggers Day right there. And then we can edit. And we can change the colors of these. Just hit this right here, change the colors of these. And then we'll update and see how that looks. So, you know, you got to play around with it, see aesthetically pleasing. See how that is for you, aesthetically pleasing. So what I want to do here is I want to bring that down here. I'm going to delete this section. Do this. Do the same thing here. I don't necessarily like these extra things. Let me see how that looks. Yeah, you know, I'm going to get rid of that line. I like that. I like that. Let me get rid of that line. All right, we're going to do one more video because that's what I got left. I'm just going to do this because the color offsets it, so you don't really need a line. What I can do is, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just got to play around with it to see, you know, what you're happy with. If you're happy and you know it, shake your butt. If you're happy and you know it, shake your butt. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shake your butt. All right, that's pretty good. All right, I like that. So I'm going to do my last video. I'm going to edit. And then I will do my section. I'm going to do here. And then I'll do here. And then let's get our last video. Get rid of El Capone. Get rid of the Popeye video. Channel analytics. Oh, channel analytics. Okay. So cable car day. That's also in the 17th. So I grab this. And again, you can go here. You can do it here. Or you can hit here. Totally up to you. And then there's that section. And then I'll put in some text. We'll go to our friend ChatGPT. We'll just put in cable car day. And I will grab this information. And again, I don't want it formatted. I want it without formatting. And we'll just grab all this. And then we'll throw it in here. Okay. Oops. See, comments are on. I don't want comments on. Turning comments off. Okay. And then I'm going to do my dividers. And then I'm going to do my text. And then I'm going to do cable car day. And then once again, we're going to do our H tag is 2. And then we're going to say, well, actually, and go up here. Get ready for it. Wait for it. Cable car day. All right, so we'll update that. And then we will go and we will grab that. And that's the address for that section of the page. We'll go here. And then we will add that link. And there we go. I feel like the Bob Ross of SharePoint. Here we go. We do gentle strokes for the cable car day. We put in the URL for that. The Bob Ross of SharePoint tutorials. What the hell am I looking for? Oh, that's what it is. All right, there we go. So if we want cable car, there we go. There's cable car. All right, perfect. And then if we edit, I want to do a footer too. I think I do that in the beginning of the screen. Anyways, here is where we do a news section, and I'm going to show you. This is what's going to show on the news section. And actually, I want something different here. I don't want this picture. So let's base it on what we have here. And I can take that picture off of there. I don't have to have anything. But it's Popeye Day, so let's do Popeye. Yep, Popeye. So let's get something for Popeye. Popeye banner. I could create my own banner. I'm not going to do that right now, just for time's sake. That's a whole other tutorial. Let me grab this. This is just to show you. All right, so we want to change the image on here. So here we go. Upload. Ooh, where did that go? Where did the Popeye banner go? Where did it go? That's a good question. Save image as downloads. Oh, because it's a web. So see how this is a WEBT file? So I'm going to bring up Paint. I think Paint will work. And then I'm going to open this file. And then I'm just going to save it as this. And I'll just put in Popeye banner. Again, this is why I like to just do these raw, because you don't know what you're going to come up against. And then you learn something different as we go. So I don't really like to plan these out too much. All right, now we can choose the image. Now we can upload it because it's a PNG now. Now we can add it. And there we go. And you can manipulate it. You should be able to move it around. Set focal point. You can play with it. Leave. Should be able to do it here. Layout options, fade. Oh, there's different stuff you can do. You can fade it. Just do plain. Used to be able to do the focal point here. Used to be able to manipulate it here. I wonder why you can't do it anymore. Make it big. And save it. So that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to do plain. So there we go. There's our page. And then we're going to start our main page. Something I wanted to show you before we did start our main page. Just a little thing. Oops. A little error there. If you go here and you hit this thing right here, you can change the weight of and the length of your line, just as a heads up. You might want a little line like that, little divider, make it a little more dynamic. I don't know if dynamic's a great word, but that's the one I'm going to use. All right. Now, you can copy this page. So if I want to copy this news post, and then I'll do January 18th, and so on and so forth. So I can use this formatting, and then I can just change things. So for instance, let me post this. I probably should have put the 16th. Let me do that again. Let me, I'm going to go to the 17th up here. And then I'm going to copy this post. And then I'm going to put January 16th. So that's a brand new page. Post and send. All right. And then you can use the formatting that's already there. So for instance, if I go in here, as soon as it's not what I wanted to do, but so if I go here, see this is already here. So let me go to the 16th. See what we've got. Martin Luther King. Actually, it's on the 20th this year. It was the 16th a couple years ago. Let's do I appreciate my dragon. So I'll grab this. See, everything's already there. You just have to switch things around, and then it's pretty easy. And then you just go in here and hit your link, and then you can just change. You put Dragon Day here, and just change the URL there. Of course, you're going to change your title and everything. But once you get the first page done, it's kind of like bang, bang, bang. You know, you can kind of crank out the other pages. So I'll just leave that as that because I'm probably going to use it as an example. So let's go home. And then what you can do here, you can edit this right here, and you can add. Actually, I want to get rid of this stuff. So what you need to do is, let me just republish. Cancel out here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click just to open this up in the new. I go to site pages. I'm going to go to January 16th. I'm going to grab this URL. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to hit edit. And then I'm going to add. That's a link. Add this URL. All right. Display name is going to be January 16th. And then we'll hit OK. So So that's on there now. We'll save. So then you can go there, or you can go edit. You can go do new, and we'll do label. So what if I want to do just the month of January? So we can do January as a label. And then let's bring this up here. And this should be sublink. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so if we save, and we got January, so then if we want to do the month of January, we can do all the days in January here. And then you can get rid of these. You can just remove them. Remove, and save. So just a little heads up for you as far as menus are concerned. So let's go home. Now, what I want to do, well, I'm going to go back to this content thing here. And what I want to do is add a column. And what I want to do is choice. And then I'm going to hit next. And then I'm going to do, I don't know, you can do months, description, I don't know. Something like that. So my first choice is going to be January. Oops. The whole spelling thing I got to get down. So, and then I'll do February as obviously as the news articles go for each month. I'll put in the different months. And then I want to go here for my choice. So I want details. And then I want January. And this will come in handy when you're doing news section. So when you do your news section, you can break them up into months. So each news section can be January, February, and that could be right on the main page. I'm not going to do them all, but hopefully you'll get the general idea, the general gist of the whole thing. All right, so I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to edit. And I am going to put a section in here. So we're going to use the news section now. And let me see here. Where is news section? Am I missing it? Is it not? It's not hitting me over the head. Oh, you got to go down further. Files, media, news. Okay. So you want to do your news section. So that's everything now. So I want to go in here. And then I want, let's see, I want to filter page properties, I do believe. Months equals, well, I don't know why that's empty. Oh, January, okay, January. So I want everything in January. So then all my news articles for January will be there. And then I will republish, and then you can manipulate it here on how you want it formatted. I'm just going to do it this way. And then I'm going to republish. I don't necessarily like it that way. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to right click and open a new tab. I'm going to edit this. Page details. And then I'm just going to do a little, like the first sentence I'll do. Back to page details. So I'm going to do the first sentence. And I'm going to do a Popeye thumb. So I usually do 400 by 250 for these. So let's go in and get some Popeye image. Let's just put in Popeye. And then, I don't know, let's get this one right here. Let's download this. All right, now I have other tutorials on Photopea. I'd seek them out if you want to learn a little more about it. But there's a tool called Photopea. It's basically an online Photoshop. So let's go here. Let's open up Popeye. So we want this right here, this tool right here. What I want to do is a fixed ratio. So I want to do 400 by 250. Oops, by 250. And then I'm going to hit this tool, and that will crop it by 400, 250. Then I want to go to images. I want to go to image size. And I'm going to put it as 72 dpi. And then I'm going to put this as 400. And then as you see, it's 400, 250 by 72 dpi. As long as this is clicked here, it will format it. So if I put in 500, it will follow suit and put in the appropriate height. So I'm going to do 400 by 250. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go here. I'm going to export PNG. And I'm just going to put it Popeye thumb. All right. And then I'm going to save that. And go back to this page. Is that where we're at? I got a lot of pages open here. All right. Let's change thumb. Excuse me. And we're going to upload Popeye thumb, add image. All right, and then we're going to update our news. And then we'll go back to our front page. It's going to look a lot better. Yep. Make a liar out of me. Should have the image. I wonder why there's not the image. It's not popping up. As you can see, the images there. I think I was having some caching issue or something. I tried it several times, and then eventually it took. So if you're having an issue and it's not popping up, just retry it. And I moved it over to the 17th instead of the 16th because that's the one we were initially working on. So it did initially pop up. Now, something else I wanted to show you as well, just as a heads up. So if we go to content, and now assets is where your images are. And you go to site pages. Now, you don't necessarily need to create these folders yourself, and that's what I want to show you here. So just for instance, I'm showing you right, we got the 16th, 17th, and topic home, which is like your home page images. So let's go to home, and let's go to the 16th. And let's copy this post. Let's do January 15th. And then let's just post and send. All right, so if we go back to this and we refresh, you're not going to have the 15th folder there. So what's going to happen is if you go here to edits, and then let's just add a section. This is just for example, of course. Let's put image as soon as it wants to decide to open. That would be fantastic. Okay, so we want to upload. We'll just do, it doesn't matter. Let's do this banner again. We'll add it. Okay, we'll just save it. So now if we go back and we refresh, there you go. It's created that January 15th folder for you. Now, what I don't like is it gives you all this gobbledygook, these numbers in the front there. So typically what I do is once the folder is created, I'll just get rid of this. I'll delete it. And from here on out, I'll just upload my own images. So for instance, just grab that Popeye banner. And then it's, I mean, you can go in and rename it if you want. If you want to do it that way, there's rename the first image. But it's going to keep putting those stupid numbers in the front, which I can't stand. It's the anal retentive in me, I suppose. So that's what happens there, and that's just cached. That's why that's still there. And that's the issue I was having before in the front, why I couldn't get those images to show. All right, so if we go back, we do content again, and then I'm going to go back to pages, and I'm going to add, this is January. Oops, not choice 2. Come on now. January. I'm going to add this as January. Okay, so if we go to the front again, they should all be there. And there you go. There's your different sections. We just got to put in thumbnails and stuff. So that's for your news section. So I'm just going to go back. And then you can just take these off. Delete. Delete. And if we go back, that's just Popeye again. All right, let's do a page with an image gallery. So let's do that next. So we're going to do not a page, but I mean, you could do a page if you want. I'm going to do a post. So I'm going to do a new post. I'll just do it blank. All right, and I got all my images here. Now you can go in and resize them, of course. You can use Photopea to go in and resize them. That's totally up to you. So if you just go to Photopea, and you go open, and go to that folder, which I think it's here. And then it should say like backup. Just do a search here. Facebook backup, yeah. And then it should say photos and images. I'll just grab anything. It doesn't really matter. I'll grab this. And then you can go in and manipulate it. You can resize it. It's 300 DPI if you want to try to get it a little bigger without it pixelating. That doesn't look too bad. Just as a heads up there, as far as that's concerned. So something else, you see all these red things, these just need to be republished. So updates. And this hasn't even been posted yet. So that's all those little red dots mean. And if you refresh, then they're gone. Okay, so let's go to their page and see if we can refresh here. Let's see, edit. I'm just going to put photo gallery for now. Now, as you know, you can do individual photos, right? So let's just do, let's go here, do 3 columns. If that's what you want, just photos all the way down. And then I'll just go here, I'll hit image. I'm going to upload. Oops. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, I'm going to go photos. And then I want my backup. And photos. Do Columbus, Ohio. Do Zatanna. It's a DC character if you're not aware. Very sexy. There you go. You can link it. So if you want to link it to another page, you can certainly do that. So we can do that. I'll just link it to some obscure page. Ooh, where'd she go? Where'd you go, Zatanna? Too much stuff open as usual. Okay, add text over image. You want to do that. Add your text here. I believe it's right here. Where's your add? Oh, okay, I see. You can go here and add your text. This is Zatanna. Oops. Do that. Show image caption. I'll just put like Comic-Con. Alternative text for people who are blind. So basically what that's kind of in the background, alternative text, if you're not aware. And then as it says, when blind people or people short of sight go on a page, it will read to them what the image is or what the link is, depending. All right, and so we can post and send. And there we go. All right, so there's Zatanna, and then you can just click on that, and then it sends you to a link. All right, so if we get rid of the link, so we just go here, get rid of that link, we can take the text off of there, we can take the image caption off of there, we can just do this, and then instead of the link, then you got a nice shadow box for your picture you can see up close. Okay, let's do, and another thing on that, I want to re-emphasize something that I said before. So if we go back to site content, we go back to our assets, site pages, photo gallery. You see how it's got this yicky stuff? Yeah, I don't like all that number crap. So I'm just going to delete that. All right, and then I'm going to go to my images, and I'm just going to grab some Comic-Con. This is Ohio Comic Convention, I do believe. So I'm just going to grab some images from that. 4 or 5 images from that. There's Zatanna again. And then I go in and rename those what I want. And again, you can go here and rename them if you want to right in there. And then if you want to see what you're doing, if you want to see what they are, just go over here to all documents, get tiles. All right. And then you can see exactly what your images are. Okay, so let's go back to our photo gallery. And so now I want to point this out. So there's only certain things that you can do on a news page as opposed to a page. So for instance, this is what you can do on a news page. So these are your options. So as you see, there's no gallery. So I can't do a gallery on a news page. So what I'm going to have to do is create a page. A page, Chris? A page. Why not? So we'll just update this news section. And then I'm just going to go home and I'm going to create a new page. And just going to do it blank. And I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. And I'm going to put Comic-Con photo gallery. And then I can get rid of this back image if I want. I'll leave it there for now. And then I just want to get rid of my name. And I'm just going to publish it. And then once it's published, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So we'll edit again. So for these parts, these are all the options that you have. These are the options you have for pages. And then if you go back to this, these are the options you have for your news page. So that's the distinction between the two. And what we're going to do is a gallery. Now, I'm not going to rename all. This would drive me crazy, but I'm not going to go in and rename them all just for sake of time. But I would put like Comic-Con Picture 1, Comic-Con Picture 2. If you're not aware, you just right-click and rename it. I'm sure that's 101. That's Web Design 101. I'm sure you're aware of that. So what we're going to do is I am going to do the old trick of, geez, my nose is running. I'm sorry. Where are we here? Let me move my dumb butt. Let me get rid of this. All right, I want to do a different section. I want to do an image. Upload an image. I'm going to grab the question here. I'm going to add the image. And then as before, as I showed you, it will create a folder for you. Okay, so it's created this folder for us. So I'm just going to get rid of this. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to grab a bunch of images. I'm going to get Santana. I got, it looks like Catwoman, The Question, Star Spangled Girl, The Flash. I'm just going to get a bunch of cosplay players here. Grab a bunch of them who I think there's Santana again. She's so sexy we can do her twice. We can do her twice. That's naughty. That sounds naughty. There's The Question. He's sexy. We can do him twice. Just a bunch of images. All right, we'll drag them all over. Okay, and then we'll go back to this, and we are going to delete this, and we are going to put in an image gallery. And you can format the image gallery different. It gives you like 4 or 5 different formats. Just got to find it. There's image gallery. Excuse me. So we're going to add images, site assets. We're going to go to our Comic-Con gallery. We're just going to drag. We're just going to left click and drag and add all these bad boys, bad girls and bad boys. And then we're going to republish. And there's our gallery. Pretty simple. And then we can just go through our pictures. And then we can format our gallery depending on what's available to us. So let's go here. See, you can do brick. That's more cool because it's got the full picture. I like that the best. And then we can just do, what was the other one? The other one was, oh yeah, carousel. And then that's just going like this. Dynamically display images from a document. I'm not sure what that is, to tell you the truth. Site assets. I've never done this. Include subfolders, maximum. Dynamically display site assets. Include subfolders. Oh, that's interesting. So you can put it on a folder and display them. Gotcha. Okay. That's interesting. You want all your pictures. There we go. And you can display as many as you want. Let's see how many it will let you display. I would assume as many as you want. So that's all that we have in there anyways. So that's a different option to do it. So that's interesting. And then you got your ratios here. So that is how to do an image gallery. Okay, and then if you just want to, let's go back into contents. Let's go back to site pages. Let's go back to Comic-Con gallery. We'll just grab this link. And then again, if you just want that up in your menu, you'll add a new link. Put that there, and we'll just put photo gallery or Comic-Con gallery or whatever you want there. Oh, excuse me, I had a lot of coffee. And then no, we don't want it as sublinked. We just want it as a regular link. No, we don't want to move it up either. We just want a regular link. Okay. And then we save it. And there we go. There's our gallery. So there's our gallery. There's our video page. So let's concentrate on the first page. Now let me show you something. Let me show you something. All I can think is Jim Carrey. Let me show you something. Let's go to SharePoint real quick. Now, ideally, here's something that you would come out with, right, for your organization. This would be like a page that you would want. Here's some news articles, some tutorials. Those are just a couple calendars. There's some other news articles, some other stuff. So that's the site I created for myself for my current position. So I'm not going to get all that fancy and schmancy, but I'm just showing you to the fact that that's something that your site would come out to look like. So let's go back home and let's give you a general oversight of some of these features. So these are your, obviously these are your blocks where you can link different stuff to. So we'll just hit this, and now that's for the whole section. You can change this up. Actually, what I want is for this section. Okay, that's where I want right here. So just hit that there. And then you can change the image. There's the link. So let's go Comic-Con. Let's grab that link. And we could just put that link in there. And then we can change this image, and we'll just grab from the site. We'll just go to the gallery and we'll just do Daredevil. So there you go there. You can change the focal point so it's a little better. You can change the text. So I can put like Columbus, Ohio Comic Book Convention. You can take the header off. Obviously, these are pretty self-explanatory. And learn more is presents a group of people. Oh, that's the alt text. So in the alt text, that's again when people who are blind or have sight issues, they'll just hear it, what the image is. And then we'll republish. And then if we hit that, oops, that's not exactly where I wanted it to go. Let's go back and see what happened. Call to action. That's the photo gallery. Where's the other link going to? Let's learn more. Show call to action link. That's call to action link. Oh, okay, here it is right here. So we want to change that. So we'll put this in here. And then we'll add that. And then we'll republish. And it should go where I want it to go. There we go. Goes to the gallery. Alrighty. So I have a lot of tutorials online for different sections, calendars, and what am I trying to say? Tables. That's what I was trying to think of. Here's quick links if you're not aware. So basically you can go into this section and you can format it. I usually do the fill-in color just because it looks better. And then now that I'm thinking about it right here, I'm just going to put January holidays. So you can change the title up there. You can change the title here. You can put like cool links. And then you just add a link. And then, for instance, go to Dark Horizons. Grab this link. And we'll go from link. Or you can do internal link if you want. I'm going to do from link. So we'll go there. And then we'll add that. And then when you come over here, once it loads, you can do a custom image if you want. So you can change this. And you can put, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's do a kangaroo. Doesn't really matter. All right. So now that's it. Now your image is a kangaroo. Or you can go to your library and you can change, and that gives you all these icons that you can put in. So if you want smiley face, you can do a smiley face, and that's your linkage. All right, so if we republish, and there we go, it goes to wherever you want. Now, if you go in here, this is your edit, and then you open a new tab. You don't necessarily have to open in a new tab. So that's totally up to you. And then you can add your description, obviously. Let's see what else we got. Spacer, that's kind of self-explanatory. Just spaces your columns. So there's embed. Embed's kind of different. I mean, you could embed a YouTube video here as well, and in YouTube. So we can grab one over from here. Do Popeye again. Just like before, like we embedded the other video. But with this, you can embed other stuff. So there you embed your Popeye video. But then you got other video sites. So if you're not necessarily using YouTube, should embed it. I think it will embed it. There we go. It's just taking a second. Paste. Is it still Popeye? Oh, it's still Popeye. Let's try that again. Copied. There we go. And then you got your Civil War video I took 1,000,000 years ago. Let's go to another section. Let's try tables. So I made a video on this before, and I just want to give you a heads up as soon as I can find the tables here. Where the heck are tables? I think you have to go into text to get to tables, if I'm not mistaken. Where are tables? There's tables right there. So you got to go into text to get to tables. So you're kind of limited as far as what you can do with tables. It's like you can't merge them or anything. So a tip that I have for everybody is, let's go back into another text. So what I do is I'll bring a Word document up and I'll do tables from here. So just for instance, and then what I can do is I can merge these tables here. So I can make dynamic tables here. And then what I would do is copy this over to here. And then as you see, it will format it. You can't do it on SharePoint, but you can do it on here. So you can make some funky tables and just bring them on over and copy and paste them to, to SharePoint. Let's see what else we've got. We've got banners. It's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of these, I think you can figure them out. Banners, you just put your banner in there and hit this. Author, image, just two different things. How do you do the picture, though? If you want to change your picture, add a header. Plain fade. Okay, image in. Oh, okay. So image and heading. Put your text here. Where the heck does your image go? Oh, okay, your image is right here then. And then you can grab something off the site. There you go. Do Popeye. All right, so we can do that. Let's see what else we got here. Button call to action. Basically, that's going to be a link to something. So we can go here and kind of break it down so it's smaller. And then again, this is where you're going to edit. And you can change your background image. So we'll just go to the gallery. Just put in the sweetheart right here for our background image. Should be able to change the focal point. And then you put in what you want. And then you put in your linkage. And that's your call to action. So call to action is just to go do something, right? So it will link to an outside source or linked internally. So we can use our dark horizons again. Grab that and go back. So we'll just put in our dark horizons, and we can just put in dark horizons. And then we don't have to put WW. We can go call to action. There's your call to action button. So we'll republish. And then there you go as far as that's concerned. And then you've got button. Who's got the button? So you just got a regular button. And again, it's basically the same thing. You can link it to something. Now, if you want to change the look of the site, you just have to go over here to this gear here, and you can change the look. And again, all this stuff, permissions and stuff, I have other tutorials for that, so seek those out as far as that's concerned. But if you want to change the look of the site, you can change the theme colors. Yeah, we'll just change it to that for now. You can see that the colors have changed. All right, we'll go back to change look, your header. So you can see how that changes around. You can change your logo. So we'll change that. I don't know, we'll put a kangaroo. So you got the kangaroo up there, and you can change the entire site logo. And then you can save that. So you got a kangaroo. And you can change the look. You can do footer, and you can do the same thing. You can put a kangaroo for your footer. Extend. I usually extend my footer, and I'll show you what that looks like as soon as that wants to save. So there's your kangaroo. And then I'll show you, here's my footer on my work site. See, I have my symbol down here, and then I put a section with the same color so it looks like it's expanded. The footer's expanded on that. And that's about it as far as that's concerned, I do believe. Let's see what else we got. Navigation. All right, you can cascade. I don't really like cascading for navigation. I'll show you what it looks like. It's kind of quonky if it comes up. Oh, actually, that's better. I like it better this way. It's the other way I don't like. Oops. It's this one I don't really particularly like because it's all messy. It's big and blocky. So that's as far as if you want to change the look of the site. So this is my work website where I have all my documentation here as links, quick links, and then I have my news articles, my tutorials for myself. Let me edit here. I just brought it over here just to the fact that I don't have any documents on the other site. So what we can do here is, oh, you can do silly stuff like add time. Then you can manipulate it over here and put in what you want. I do that on the front page. Here, I'll show you. Okay. Here's the time and then the day. So let me go back there. Got it. I just want to show you, you can put your documents without having to do what I just did. I linked them all up here, but you don't necessarily have to do that. So we'll just do 2 columns. And we'll go down to documents. So document library. And then there you go. And you can break it in like that. And then you can just save it. Then you got your documents on your page like that. You can do charts. So I'll show you that. Let's see here. Group calendar, countdown timer. You can do a countdown timer. That's pretty I mean, a lot of this stuff is going to be self-explanatory at this point. Let me just show you charts and we'll finish up if I can find them. Charts, code snippet, weather, world clock. Here's charts. So we can do a quick chart. So just go here. And then you can label number of people. And you can put, I don't know, 10. And then you can do a pie chart. You can add to it number of boneheads, and so on and so forth. You pretty much get the idea. It's not overly difficult, and you can keep adding to it. So if you want to do some type of dynamic chart, and then you can do pie chart if you want. Add that to your front page. I think that's about it, gals and guys, for basic stuff. Let me just check real quick that we covered pretty much everything. I think everything else you can figure it out. List properties. So you got to have a list. That's something else. And I do have a tutorial for that. So seek that out as far as creating lists. And I think I'm going to end it here. I think I got all the basics and pretty much showed you the difference. They did change stuff around from the last tutorial that I did, and that's basically what I wanted to do. And there's other tutorials I have out there, so seek them out for specific things. And of course, you have questions towards anything, certainly put them in the comments, and I'll try to make a tutorial about it if I have time. And that's it, gals and guys. That's about it for this tutorial. I hope this helped you for this 2025 SharePoint update. And I had a good time doing it, so I hope you got something out of it. And like I said, I like to do these raw. Just if I screw up, then you see the screw ups, and then you'll know what that's about in case that happens to you. All right, gals and guys, please like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell for updates. And I will catch you later. Peace out.